Welcome into the Lantern Sports Men's Basketball Preview. I'm your host, Casey Smith, and joining me as always is Gabe Burggraf. Ohio State, for the first time in program history, is on a 5-game losing streak in which they've lost each game by single digits. And the road doesn't get any easier this Saturday when they welcome Iowa to the Schottenstein Center, Gabe.
Right. Chris Murray and the Hawkeyes will be coming to Columbus, and it's another Big Ten battle. You know, like you said, they've been in a lot of these games, and they just haven't been able to come out on top. So the Buckeyes are looking to win one and keep that losing streak from stretching to 6 games.
Right, and you look ahead to Tuesday. Ohio State, then they have to go back on the road after a tough test against Iowa when they're facing Chris Murray and all those guys in company. Fran McCaffery, a great coach in the Big Ten. But they have to travel to Champaign, Illinois, where they're going to take on the Fighting Illini. Yeah,
and it is no easy task. You think back to Kofi Coburn and the place in Champaign, that place is always buzzing and rocking. It's going to be another road atmosphere. You know, Nebraska, you know, Maryland, they've had to go into a couple places. The WAC, you know, Rutgers, they're going to have to go in and try to win that game because it may be 6 games in a row where they haven't been able to come out on top. And they're going to have a couple vaunted forwards to deal with against the Illini.
Right, and one of those forwards that you talk about is Matthew Meyer, the transfer from Baylor, just being able to lead to that national championship just a couple seasons ago. And I mean, just being able to put everything together. He crashed the glass. He's able to score. He's a good complement to Terrence Shannon Jr. For the Fighting Illini. And so, I mean, they'll have their work cut out for him. And I think it's kind of funny. Illinois, they do a thing there that if a player misses 2 free throws in a row, everybody in the stadium gets gets free chicken McNuggets. So I think that's kind of a funny thing that they do there. And I mean, that's been sort of a problem with Ohio State. Like, they need to knock down all their free throws.
Yes.
Because, I mean, when you're losing by single digits and you're only hitting probably 65% of your free throws, it's only sort of pushing the issue that you need to knock them down to be able to kind of get over the hump, and maybe they win some of these games if they're able to knock them all down.
Absolutely, and that's where you look is, you know, those numbers. You've got to be able to go to the stripe and at least get 1. Even if you miss 1, if you're capitalizing at least 1 point per the possession when you're fouled, you have a chance to convert and keep some of these runs that we've seen opponents go on, stretch out to 8-10 points really quickly, where maybe Chris Holtmann has to burn a timeout and get him settled and ready to go offensively to counter that. If you can just get inside, kick, if Justice Suing and Sean McNeil can create a little bit more, you know, against Nebraska, McNeil's 3-pointer at the end of regulation, just in and out. It was a good look, an open 3 to tie it, but if you're not in that situation where you need a 3, you have a better chance to either win the game or send it to overtime.
Right. Ohio State, they've gotten scoring contributions from Bryce Sensabaugh mainly. He started 0 for 8 the other night, but Sean McNeil's been a good complement with Justice Suing still going through those struggles. Iowa, you look ahead, and I mean, back in December 21st, they lost at home to Eastern Illinois. And since then, now after that 3-game losing streak, they've rattled off 4 in a row, scoring at least 80 points in 3 of those contests, 90 points in 2. So Ohio State, they'll have their work cut out for them this Saturday at the Schottenstein Center. We'll have all the coverage for you before Ohio State travels on the road to face Illinois at State Farm Arena. Until next time, this has been the Lantern Sports Men's Basketball Preview. For Gabe Burggraf, I'm Casey Smith. Take care.